You've taken over the armband now and got it done. Will you keep the armband?
Yes.
How long?
Till the end of the competition.
Are you not come back?
In the captaincy capacity, no.
Carl, congratulations. First game as captain, you win the toss, you send the opposition into bat. You must be really pleased with the way your bowlers responded. And also, I thought the fielding effort was pretty special as well.
Yeah, they did really nicely. I think obviously we've had a tough run of it in this competition, so the message from myself and the coaches is just to keep it nice and simple and make sure we do the basics well. And I think, like you mentioned, both with the ball and in the field, I thought were exceptional. I think we're also really ruthless, which is maybe something that we've lacked a little bit in this tournament. When we sort of had them under the pump, I think we just kept going and putting pressure on them, and we saw that, as you mentioned, with the way we fielded as well, which was really impressive.
Just talk us through the importance of this one. I mean, so you guys lost this game, tournament ends, but now you still got the double at home and a win in my Cape Town, where you faced it in your hands, despite the fact that you still need bonus points from those games to secure your passage.
No, I don't know if we need bonus points, but I definitely think we need to win at least one of these next two games, provided things go our way. So, it's very pleasing that we got this win. I think, something that we spoke about quite a bit in the camp was just getting a bit of momentum going into this backstretch now. I think, like you mentioned, we've got 2 games against MI left, and then, if things go our way, we've probably got 5 games left in the tournament, hopefully. So it's important that we carry a bit of momentum going forward, and I think getting the win is obviously imperative, but I think the way we played was also really, really important, and I think, what we did today was really good.
Carl, lots of changes to the team tonight, apart from you taking over the captaincy. The campaign's been a bit of a struggle for you guys. Do you feel that new faces brought a bit of a new energy, some enthusiasm? I imagine a lot of those guys were really hungry to play.
Yeah, definitely. I think I said it downstairs. I think with any sport, as soon as you sort of freshen up and bring new guys, you sort of get that immediate impact of just guys that are hungry. I think we had 5 changes today, so we've got 5 guys that have been sitting on the side that were hungry to go out there and contribute to the team and the franchise, and I think we sort of saw that in the energy out there on the field. In saying that, I think the guys that missed out were also exceptional in the preparations leading up to the game, both yesterday and off the field today. So, as much as the guys that came in were really good and the fresh faces definitely played a part on the field, I think it was a really good effort from the group as well.
Carl, you got 2 Aussies in your side. We haven't had many Australians in SA20. Just the impact in the dressing room, what they brought, particularly coming fresh off the female.
We got 3, so it's even more Aussies. They've been really good. Australians are really competitive guys, and I think they also a very proud cricketing nation, and I think the sort of calmness that they've brought to the dressing room has been really cool, and I think the help that they gave me out there on the field today and sort of in the build up today it's also been really good. Just their sort of understanding of how to go about things, and they sort of how comfortable they are in their own skins and what they want to do has been really refreshing for the group. They've been massively important so far. Hopefully they can continue to sort of bring that to the change room and put in a couple of performances.
And just lastly, you guys obviously got about one win there, but the top order still seems to be a bit unsure of themselves. So how do you get them to fire collectively?
I think 2 out of our top 3 are in the top 10 run scorers in the competition, so we're not doing too badly. Smeedy's the other guy, and he's averaging 50. Well, not anymore, but he was averaging 50 up until this point. So I think we're pretty comfortable with that. Marcus is also batting really nicely at the moment. So from the inside at least, we're quite comfortable with how things are going from a batting front. If you take a look at the tournament as a whole, I think the only real bomb out that we had was potentially the game against Sunrisers. I think other than that, we didn't quite get over the line, but we got, I think, close to 200 in the first game, got 212 at home, and then we got within 11 runs on a wicket in pole, which was near impossible to chase on. So I think as a whole, as a batting unit, we're pretty comfortable. I think it's just been a tournament where those smaller margins haven't quite gone our way. But yeah, I'm quite comfortable. I think we're all quite comfortable with that top order.
Carl, Gideon Peters is someone that I'm sure you haven't seen a lot of him having played for Border, and I don't know if he's crossed your path playing for Northwest, but he must have impressed you tonight.
I've played him in one T20 game. The first ball I didn't see. He got me out second ball. So I wasn't too surprised with how he did this evening. I think for the last 2 years he's sort of been training with us and stuff, so the guys sort of know what he's about. And yeah, like I said, I've seen enough of him domestically to know that he's a serious talent. And I think whenever you can bowl, I don't know what the speeds were today, but I mean he's got the ability to bowl 150 plus. You've seen it with Anna, you see it with Gerald. As soon as you got an ability to bowl that pace, you become a real asset to any team. And I think something that impressed me today was his hunger to sort of bowl at any stage of the game. He asked me throughout the game, can you please bowl, can you please bowl? So I think that's probably apart from the skill, I think just that attitude and that sort of hunger that he's had to contribute to the team has probably been the most impressive thing for myself and the rest of the group.
Another good team. Good evening, Stephen. Bad day in the office?
Yeah, really bad one. It was a poor performance, really. And it's a little bit of a trend of the tournament that batting first seems to be a bit of a challenge, not just because of conditions, but maybe a little bit of players' mindset and then ability to work their way out of tough situations. And we today were really poor. Sometimes you turn up at grounds, maybe the expectation is for a high-scoring game, but the last few games we've had here have been quite challenging. I thought the wicket was challenging today, and we just didn't adapt. And then we could have had an opportunity, but we were sloppy with the fielding and probably not as accurate as what we need to be with the ball. So we were 0 for 3 in our skills. Pretty poor day.
Ken?
Hi, Stephen.
Hi, mate.
Just following up on that, how much do you think that's down to the pressure they exerted on you with what seemed a very good bowling display, and they were obviously very good in the field as well?
You always got to acknowledge when a team is played out and you're bowled out for 100. I think we contributed to it, which was disappointing. I thought Peters bowled an excellent spell. That was his first game. He bowled with pace and created some good challenges, but I can't help feeling that we contributed to that score, even if it was a good bowling performance and they were able to extract a little bit of variable bounce and pace. You still should post a 140, 150. And I think that could have been quite a good challenge, but it wasn't to be. We just gave up too early, too easily.
You mentioned the pitches in particular. Have the pitches been a consequence of the rather, I wouldn't call it indifferent weather, but the inconsistent weather we've seen where it's been warm, then when it's rained quite significantly?
I think one of the things I'm learning from being here a few years is that the starting time is a little bit of a challenge. So a lot of domestic cricket is played through the evening hours where the wickets have played quite well. We've found there's quite a distinct difference between the last part of the day and then moving into the evening, even if the wicket's dry. Pal's a good example. It's very dry, but teams are able to chase well. So it's adapting to that. And if you find yourself in a situation where that's not happening, it's actually getting a score on the board that can challenge. And unfortunately, the trend of the modern day player is if it's too hard, they don't find a method for long enough. And they're very keen to hit their way out of trouble. And we fell into that today. And as I say, we were quite poor. There's nothing left in the carcass, surely. What do you want?
How will today's loss influence your preparation into Thursday's game? And do you think there are any necessary adjustments that need to be made?
I think that'll come from the players. We're time challenged. It's one day off, so you're balancing quite a heavy schedule with obviously wanting to train and get better versus recovery time and being fresh for the next game. So it's a real fine balance between making the players work a bit harder or just looking for improvements mentally. And I think at this stage most of it's mental, is just being prepared for the next game. We go home now for 2 games. Our record at home has been very good. So we get some comfort from that, and we will be very uncomfortable from today. So as a coach, I actually quite like that. When you're a little bit comfortable, you often make mistakes, and perhaps the last win, which meant a lot to us, was a little bit too much for us to absorb and bounce back and play well again here against a team that made changes and were desperate to win. So a lot of it is mental at this point, and changes can help, but often continuity and backing people can work as well. So that's the challenge of franchise cricket.
Also from my side, is the fact that you still have 2 home games and you play your fate and it's still in your hands
Yeah.
a bit of a comforting factor for you?
Yeah, it's a positive, but we've got to play better. As simple as that. But we're in the race. We're probably out of the 1 and 2 hunt, which is sort of important about getting alive. So you just got to try and qualify now. And I think there's 5 teams, 3 teams in particular, that are really going to hunt hard. So yeah, all I'm worried about is an improvement in performance in the next game. And if we're good enough, we'll get through. If not, then we'll lament how poor we are at certain stages of this tournament. I think it's enough. Thanks, guys.